Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We're back in the city of Ost Anglebed, fighting the Corsairs and the Southrons throughout Lebennin. So let us hear what Nimithil has to say about all this, what she wants us to do.
In the east, I wonder.
We are fortunate that Steward Malthellim has taken a few of the Corsairs and had them as prisoners, Beriathan. I understand his anger, but the brutality he instills in his men disturbs me. Nevertheless, those men he has locked away may know something of the treachery afoot in Ost Anglebed, and we would be foolish to ignore their ranting. Go to the jail and speak to them. I cannot promise they will honor you with a response or even pay you any mind, but I wish to know if they have anything to say, and I am sure the steward would like to hear of it as well.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
Lebennin and my guards have spoken of strange happenings in Ost Anglebed, but I have yet to see any of them with my own eyes. Still, I do not doubt the truth to their words, and I would ask that you investigate this further, Beriathan. They have spoken of ill-crafted weaponry and fragile defenses about town, but I am uncertain more troubles have visited Ost Anglebed since this morn. Search thoroughly and tell me of what you find. Yeah, signs of treachery. You do remember that when we were talking about with the people of Ost Anglebed about the heirs of Castamere, and there seems to be a whole lot of supporters for Castamere in the city. So that doesn't sound good. Definitely. This barricade has been burnt despite no attacks being made against Ost Anglebed. Yeah. Thought as much. I mean, one thing is saying, well, if the heirs win and they don't hurt us, save our lives, I might join them. And another thing entirely is to sabotage your own city. So that, of course, is even worse than some of the things we've heard. You have found a weapon rack stocked with only a few blunted blades. Not good either. Do we have here? Yamanim? Is your name? Yeah.
What do you need?
Castamere once had many followers in this land, and his heirs shall renew the divide. We shall again grant Gondor a king. When the fighting is done, will you still think as the enemy? Brother shall again fight brother, man, and there is naught you can do to stop that now. The Corsair archer merely glares at you and then spits at your feet.
Why are you bothering me?
Ha! This cage cannot hold me. Once my king takes the throne, I shall have my freedom. Look around you, Warden, for there are far more dangerous men outside these bars. I do disagree with you in that regard. The steward surely needs to know about what's going on with all these men. We still need to find more signs of betrayal in the city. But first, let us talk to Malthellim.
Why do you interrupt me?
Why would any of them speak true? Their desperation is clear, Beriathan, and were I you, I would not think much of it. There is no victory for them to seize here, and the notion that the people of Lebennin would suddenly rally behind a band of savage warriors is absurd. Not that absurd, actually. 4 out of 5 people I talked to were willing to join the Corsairs, the heirs of Castamere. So no, that's no mere rantings. Is this the right? No. This is where we... this is the road we were supposed to take from Malvard into Ost Anglebed, which we did technically follow a little bit. But you might remember we came to the city through the beacon. Well, it's good to know. There's a gate in here on one hand, and on the other it seems there is a road that has seen use enough. So that means, yeah, as I told you before, the people of Lebennin, I mean, doing this to get to Ost Anglebed, from Malbarth to Ost Anglebed, seems kinda pointless. So I'm glad to see there is a road connecting the two cities through the hills and the forest. And here we have the beacon once again. I think this is as clear a day as we will get, which is still pretty dark, but not as dark as night, of course. Night with these dark skies, really dark. Anyway, damp log pile. Oh, the logs near the beacon of Anglebed have been doused. So yeah, you can see the signs of treachery everywhere. Well, let us talk to Nimithil, because I don't think she's gonna like any of the tidings we bring her. Malthellim's words, the signs of treachery we have found, none of this looks good.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
This is most disturbing, Beriathan. Someone in Ost Anglebed must be behind this, but who? I cannot be certain. We must soon speak to the steward of this matter.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
It worries me that the steward would dismiss such a threat, idle as it might be. The wounds of the king's tribe are old, but it is not beyond reason that they could remain open after all this time. I think I must soon speak to him on this matter. Yeah, do that.
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
Since the fall of Lornost, I have been unable to rest, and I fear for the settlement of Erynos. It lies far to the east, beyond even Lornost, and its walls are not nearly as strong as those here. Few folk dwell there, and those that do are ill-equipped for battle. The settlement is shrouded by trees, so I can only hope the Corsairs have not yet moved against them. I would ask that you go to their aid and help protect them from the Corsairs and Haradrim before it is too late.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
The fate that befell Lornost is deeply troubling, Beriathan. They were attacked in the night by the Haradrim, but none of us knew how brutal the assault had been until the morning. I wish to learn more of what occurred in Lornost, but the steward has sent no men into the field. He claims that the Haradrim are too numerous, that they shall only gain might the longer we delay. And what of the folk that were slain? Shall they lie where they fell? Travel to the east, and see if you can discover more about what drove the Haradrim to Lornost. Which one? Ah, Lornost and Erynos, these two places. But as you can see here, there is an enemy camp in here, and there is another settlement, which seems to be big enough, to the south. But we are not going to any of those two places yet, which is kinda intriguing. Oh well, you want us to check in the fate of those two settlements? We'll go. So you can see Lornost in the distance, another toppled tower not unlike Barad Rill, flames, destruction all over it. Just gotta find a good crossing. And it seems our best bet is through here. Oh, we were not dismounted here. The water is still shallow enough. That's good. Another beacon in the distance as well. And of course the beacons are lit, all of them. Let us investigate Lornost. It's absolutely destroyed. Ally of Village? So there is a warband in here. Oh, come on. Mounted Horadrim? No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna decline this quest. I was hoping one of them would be a solo warband, but it seems not. You have arrived at Lornost and should investigate the sacked settlement. And we have completed the deed Central Gondor under siege. Let us see this in here. Tungoville, yeah. Gyerland, Lornost, the ruins of Ethilorn. Okay. 2000 virtue XP, the title. And when we completed this deed, we capped virtue, the wheat virtue at level 50, and now we're going with confidence, it seems. You have scouted villages in peril throughout central Gondor. Yeah, all of them were destroyed. Amidst the ruins of Lornost, you see many of its folks lying where they fell. Many sustained brutal injuries before succumbing to the Corsair and Haladrim forces, and none were granted any dignity in their final moments. Perhaps burying them in the place they once called home will restore their honor and grant them peace in death. We can hope. So, determination, loyalty, and wit. So we are just missing confidence and valor for us to hit level 50 on them. That's great. And here we have the deed, Explorer of Central Gondor, Legacy of Pelargir, Path of the Great Host, Camps of the Enemies. We're almost done with most of them. And what do we have here? 5 LOTRO points. What else is there to be found in Lornost, I wonder? We need to find some papers, it seems. We need to vary 8 Gondorians. Although, as you can see, there are way more dead than just 8. Well, yeah, varying the entire city on our own, that seems like too much. Village, I already told you I'm not gonna fight you, not yet. This is one of the papers we need. Come over here, come over here. This paper details an offer of peace if the people of Lornost surrender their lands. So I would imagine they accepted the offer and then they were killed nonetheless. Seems about right for the enemy. The paper is synced beyond recognition. I mean, this town is so destroyed and so ravaged that not a single enemy remains in here. There's nothing for them to find in here. So where does that leave us? And this one also beyond recognition. So without further evidence, I think I'm right. They accepted the request, they accepted the offer. They surrendered their lands, hoping to escape alive, but they were killed instead. No honor among the servants of Mordor. Ah, this guy, oh, poor guy. You have buried all the folk of Lornost and restored their honor in death. The heirs of Castamere command a brutal force and must be defeated if the people of Lebennin are to live free of fear. Search deeper in Lornost. A Haradrim banner. You discover a slain man with a note spear to his chest. Oh Jesus, take a look at him. Wow. And what does the note say? The note crafted by the people of Lornost contains a determined refusal to surrender. Okay, they didn't surrender. Well, at least they were brave enough to fight. Which is a little consolation, seeing what happened to the town anyway. But I doubt the enemy would have spared their lives in any case, and I think they knew that too. If we surrender, they are gonna kill us anyway, so we're not gonna give them the joy of our surrender. We're gonna fight till the very last man, woman and child, and that's what happened to the poor town of Lornost. Here, however, we have our first look at Pelargir. Upon the sea. But there's no time for us yet to enter Pelargir, not yet. The lands of Lebennin are still in dire need of help, so let us travel here now to Erynos. I'm gonna remove these in the meantime. It seems at least the people of Erynos are safe for the time being. But they were already under attack. Take a look at this. You have discovered Erynos still free of the Corsairs. For how long, though?
I greet you, friend.
It has been a strange day, traveler. We are not in need of aid, that much is certain. You must have seen the Corsairs on the road as you arrived, but none of us know what to make of it. So you mean you didn't? You didn't fight them?
I greet you, friend.
When I awoke this morn, I found these men lying in the road. I dare not get too close to them, for I have known the Corsair to be deceitful folk. But strange things are afoot, traveler. They have not moved for hours, so I think them dead. But you must forgive my caution. They look as if a great wave had crushed them where they stood, but no one seems to know what actually happened. Tuharn is often one of our earliest risers in the morning, so perhaps he saw something while we all slept. Did you?
We woke this morning to no sun, no light of day.
I awoke to the sound of water rushing away, but by the time I could clothe myself, all I found was a company of men on the road. I do not know what to make of it, traveler. We are not like the folk of Malvarth in our devotion to old fables, but perhaps we should be. I looked them all over, but I could not understand what I found. I would urge you to search them for yourself before you return whence you came. Anything else to be found in here? I mean, for a town in the middle of the forest, this is a really big settlement, and very well preserved as well, considering they are just right around the corner of Lornost that was utterly destroyed. And of course, you see all these fallen Haradrim, fallen Corsairs, lying face down in a puddle. Appears to have drowned despite being just outside Erynos. Clothing damp to the touch, drenched, and his boots overflow with water. Very interesting.
Well met.
All of them drowned, but we are so far from the water's edge and so much higher. This makes little sense, Beriathan. As for Tuhorn, he moved here from Malvarth when he married, but I think he has always carried his beliefs with him. I do not know if this truly could mean that the sisters have returned to aid us, but I struggle to find any other meaning from this. Thank you for coming to our aid, but we are safe, and I wonder what this could mean for my people. I am sure we shall all soon speak of what has happened here today. Seems that way. Now, we need to return to Nimithil in Ost Anglebed. So as you have seen in here, we have, what, 4 settlements that are populated, and that's kind of an issue in the lands of Lebennin, is that you need to go to each one of them to grab some of the repeatables, and as you can see, there are no stable masters in the area, so if you want to go to Sarnhat, Malvarth, Ost Anglebed, Erynos, and most likely this one here as well. We don't need to worry about that yet though, only by the time we unlock the repeatables in here. But that's coming. There's no way around that.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
The tale you have told me is a strange one, Beriathan. I too am not sure what to make of it. However, it is heartening to know that some of our folk remain safe from the enemy. Thank you for traveling so far on my behalf. These tidings have eased some of my worries.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
The heirs are unafraid to deliver on their threats. That much is clear. If they come to Ost Anglebed, words shall not be enough. We must be ready for battle. The steward must be told of this.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
I have seen enough, Beriathan. We must go to the steward at once and convince him to do something before our people turn on each other. Each day has brought more and more rumors of the supposed greatness of these heirs, but it is clear that they mean naught but harm for Gondor. The people are divided, and I see them look with such disdain at their fellows. I fear this conflict shall soon come to blows. And this treachery in Ost Anglebed? Who could be behind it? We must find out before they can weaken us enough for the enemy to overcome our defenses. Let us go, Beriathan. Let us speak with the steward at once, Beriathan.
As the heirs of Castamere expand their influence in Lebennin, the people of Ost Anglebed find their loyalties called in question as the old wounds of the kin strife are rent anew.
What a shame. The people of Gondor divided again. So you see, they are all discussing. Some of them support them, some of them no. Ah, there you are, Beriathan. I could barely hear you coming over this raucous lot. The steward seems to have gone from the hall, but it is no matter. Our business is urgent and I am content to wait for as long as it takes him to return.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
I have never seen my people like this. It is tremendously worrying, and I feel I must say something before the hour is too late. Will you follow me along with my guards, Beriathan? I do not know what will come of my words. All of you, be silent! There is no sense to all this arguing. We must not divide ourselves. Listen to reason. I beg you, listen! The doors of the hall are thrust open and rattle loudly against the walls. What is all this rabble? The people grow restless, Steward, for rumors swirl about these heirs of Castamere. Beriathan and I have also found concerning evidence both within Lornost and Ost Anglebed. I see. I would ask that 3 of us speak in private at once. The 3 of us. I believe we should speak of such things here, Nimithil. After all, the people deserve to know what is happening outside these walls. I do not believe that the most prudent idea, but let us first speak of Lornost. Sadly, the people of Lornost was slaughtered by the Haradrim for denying their lands and loyalty to the heirs of Castamere. We discovered that someone in Ost Anglebed has been working to weaken its defenses. I fear that soon the gaze of the heirs will fall upon us here. Have you anything to say? The people are worried and some of them foolishly believe that somehow these violent men will bring peace to our lands. Your observations are wise, Nimithil, but I fear that you have misunderstood the intent of the people of Ost Anglebed. Many of my people here have dwelt in Lebennin for generations, and their families and forebears knew well of the so-called usurper. Those that still descend have either forgotten the wisdom of their elders or have come to us in flight from their homes. I have already surrendered Ost Anglebed. There shall not be another civil war between our people, and I will not allow our lands to descend into another kin strife. You have gone mad. I swear to you, Nimithil, I am not mad. I have done this to keep as many of my people from harm as I can. I thought long on this matter, and my men have taken action to make our defense less aggressive. I have their promise that none shall be harmed so long as they swear loyalty to Balakhôr, the eldest of Castamir's heirs. Send them in, men. There, do you see? Look not upon these men as the enemy, but as our long-lost brothers. They too wished to see the rightful heir of the throne of Gondor, and Castamir was as much of a man of Gondor as I. Swear loyalty to the sons of Castamir, and we shall see Gondor return to the height of his glory. May he honor his father's name. My loyalty is to Gondor, not some pretender. And what of those who do not? What it is to become of them, or Beriathan and I? If your choices are made, I am sorry, but I cannot protect you any longer. You three, do what you must. And we will do what we must as well. Do not fear, Steward. They shall not suffer. Oh. Like the people of Lornost who did not suffer either? Malthellim looks appalled and swiftly draws his weapon. No! You do not understand! You are the one who doesn't understand. You have doomed us all! The Scourge will slay us to the last! Ost Anglebed shall not be taken. Not while Beriathan is among us. Okay, your trust is humbling, but... just a man. Okay, so what now?
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
I cannot believe that the steward felt this the best way to keep his people safe from the enemy. It is true that many of the people in Lebennin come from families that once supported Castamir, but his legacy was a tainted one, and he fell from favor with all but his most devoted. It is no folly that he came to be known only as a usurper. Malthellim must be locked away, lest he allow more of the enemy inside these walls. Let us leave the hall while my guards escort Malthellim and his men away. I cannot stand to look upon him any longer. Yeah, the writing was all over the wall for this one. How dismissive was Malthellim of the Corsair threat, of the situation in Lornost, in Ost Anglebed. Yeah, it was all the signs were, well, the signs were all around the place, basically. So what now?
Corsairs, strange armies, now darkened skies.
Were it not for you, I fear Malthellim would have slain any who defied him. I do not understand how he could align himself with such vile men. A new king is not worth the deaths of your country and king. We can only count ourselves lucky that more of the disillusioned folk in Ost Anglebed did not come to this aid. Yeah, we agree.
What has become of our lords in the east, I wonder?
I thank you for your aid in restoring peace to Ost Anglebed. Malthellim and those loyal to him shall be locked away until this conflict comes to an end, and my guards shall work with those here to protect us under my command. To the south, I have heard of a great beachhead held by the Corsairs on Barad Rill near the settlement of Aerthir. Rumors abound of a strange man taking refuge in Aerthir, but few have had much time to worry for him with an army gathering just outside their walls. The folk that dwell there are frightened and will soon share the fate of those in Lornost unless you go to their aid. I beg this of you, Beriathan. Travel to Aerthir, do what you are able to do for its people, and learn what you can of this man. Okay, Aerthir is the name of this settlement. The very last one that will need to visit in Lebennin, it seems. So, let us not delay any longer. Let us ride there as fast as we can. They also seem to be in great need of help too, so the sooner the better. And you can see the building just there to the south. How far is it? I mean, by checking the map, some of the distances do look quite tricky. What we have seen so far during all our journeys in West and Central Gondor is that things are not as far as they seem at first sight. And this seems to be the case for Aerthir as well. We are already there, almost. And who is this man that has come here seeking refuge? We are about to find out. Here we are. You have arrived in Aerthir and should seek the strange man. Yeah, let us look for him. What else do we have here? We have some task boards, some vendors. But seems to be basically it. And of course this some sort of lighthouse? Another lighthouse, it seems? Very similar to Barad Rill in Northern Erynos. Jajax! I knew it was you.
This is intolerable.
Aha! I had hoped to find you here, Beriathan. The folk here keep their distance and give me strange looks, but I see no problem with my outfit, do you? Perhaps I have worn the wrong color? Is this the same outfit you wore in Dol Amroth? Because if that's the case, it's not working. Anyway, we have completed quests of Lebennin, as you can see here. We have the title, Virtue XP, always nice to have. And some LOTRO points.
I do not ask much of you.
I suppose it is a bit harder to blend in here in a town so small, but I had hoped our paths would cross once more, Beriathan. You are an honorable man, and a great burden weighs up on me since coming to Lebennin. I believe that our leaders have sought to deceive us, or are so blinded themselves as to think that our victory will be a prosperous one, and bring about a new age for Umbar. I have heard many rumblings amongst the men I camped with on my way here, that the Scourge merely speaks for one of the Black Riders. If that is so, I fear our people will become naught but slaves to Mordor at the end of this war. It is a decision I have not made lightly, but my brethren camped outside Pelargir must be stopped before the heirs overtake these lands. Meet me at their camp to the east, my friend, if you wish to fight at my side once more. Of course I want to fight at your side once more, Jajax. Why wouldn't I? So here we have the lighthouse, and it seems there will be some more quests unlocked here, but not yet. We need to go to Hata Kivir, which is this camp in here, this big one in here. That one should be the last camp we need, yeah, to complete this deed. So that means that confidence is gonna reach level 49 even. I do hope that we can at least get our 5 core virtues to level 50, so that then we can start working on our secondary ones, namely Zeal, and some of the tanky ones I've been leveling up as well. But considering we have 2 full quest packs at level 100, I don't think we will have an issue leveling up all those virtues to the cap. Who's attacking me? Yeah, I don't think fighting rats what we signed up for with Jajax. Discovered Hata Kevir. There is Jajax. And completed. You have arrived at Hata Kevir and Jajax rushes to your side. What do we have in here? These camps of the enemies, as I told you. The Virtue XP, the title. You have scouted the enemy camps in central Gondor. Cool. And 5 LOTRO points. So what now, Jajax?
You let me speak my piece.
When our fleet split between the Bay and sailing to Pelargir, I found myself sharing a ship with Hevil and that pompous man, Asruthor. Hevil got what he deserved for slaying my men in Lebennin, and I heard rumor that Asruthor's flowery words weren't able to save him. Pity that. Yet, before we set out, Hevil honed his harshness from the 3 captains of Harad, and I saw him throw the wig from the ship as we sailed. We may not have honor as you or the Swan men see it, but to slay our own for the smallest of trespasses is not our way. I believe these captains are here, and I will see them pay for what they have done to my people.
I do not ask much of you.
Look around at these men, Beriathan. There was a time I might have called any of them my brother, but see how the excitement is gone from their eyes. These so-called heirs, they steal the fun out of our mischief and treat their men as dogs. I wish to remind them what it really means to be a Corsair, my friend, and they have been kind enough to gather so much of value here. Let us steal it all and drink to our victory.
Will you let me speak my piece?
I wonder if these others see what I do, Beriathan? There will be no victory for Umbar no matter the outcome of this war, my friend. We have left our people at Mordor's mercy, and the closer we draw to victory in the east is the closer we draw to our own ruin. As I see it, these heirs are pretenders, and none of them will rule even the smallest plot of land in the coming days. If we are to remain free of Mordor's oppression, the heirs must fail in this war. Come, the men here are among their most devoted. Let us break their morale before they can cause more harm to Umbar. Couple things of interest in here. First of all, what Jajax told us about Hevil and Asruthor, which we of course fought in West Gondor. So hearing, Asruthor particularly has been mentioned many times over during our times in central Gondor. So I am glad I took the time to finish my quests in Tarlang's Crown so that we could see Asruthor's demise. Otherwise, it would have been very strange hearing everyone say Asruthor's dead and he's still being alive for us. So yeah, I'm glad we got to see that. Second of all, many different things, but yeah, Jajax being a Corsair of Umbar, yeah, is technically distant kin from us. So I'm also glad to see us working together, and also see Jajax deny the masters from Mordor and Harad, something that is of course a constant in many places in LOTRO, and the quote-unquote bad guys, not all of them are bad guys. Some of them resisted the enemy in Harad, in Rune, in Umbar, as we see in here. So it's a really nice touch, and it once again gives us another way of looking at things. It's not all black and white. Some of these people are good allies as well. And Jajax, it reminds me a little bit of Nimithil now that I come to think of it, because Nimithil's backstory also has a lot to do with the heirs of Castamere and their redemption at the hands of King Elessar and Nimithil, of course. So once again, a big fan of Jajax, and the story the devs were able to tell with him. And now that I'm learning more of it, I also come to appreciate a lot more Nim's own backstory, because it makes a lot of sense with everything that we are seeing so far. And this whole thing with the Heirs of Castamere, it's really fun too. At first, I believed that title of Heirs of Castamere was merely symbolic. Like, yeah, we are the men of Umbar, and Castamere was our king, so we are honoring his memory. But no, it seems they are actually descended from Castamere himself.
Why are you bothering me?
You may not believe me, but some of those were fine men, just lured to folly by the words of the heirs. There remained no time or means to sway them from their foolishness, my friend. But I curse the heirs for leading them down this path. Come now, there's still more to be done. Yeah, collect bottles of ales, pillage, defeating these captains, which I don't know where they are, Akimun, Ralthat, and Kuri. All that for just a bottle of ale. Can you believe that? Anyway, double checking here. Medallions of Castamere. Great. We are gonna need some of those rep items. They are not dropping as much as they did in Dor and Ernil, but we still have got a few, and every little bit helps. Okay. Kuri. Let us get rid of Kuri's men first. Very well. Bottle of ale. This pillage. A little bit harder to find than I expected. Anyway, here we have Kuri, the Haradrim captain, which also likes to stun a lot. But no issue, no biggie fighting him. There we go. Oh my god, would you wake up? Not dying to you. Yeah, no way. Those are some nasty stuns. They last a lot of time. Keep an eye out for the other Haradrim warriors. Okay. There's some pillaging here. Oh, Christ. Disarms and silences. Jeez. Let us keep looking around. Another pillaging here. Okay. Seems I was just looking for them on the wrong place. Lag, no, please. Bottle of ale through here. Or really need... Do you need to go pull in every single Corsair in the camp? Good friend Jajax. There we go. Akimun and Raltat. Where are they, Akimun and Raltat? Okay. Raltat is right over here. Defeated Raltat? Okay. Oh, jeez. Bottle of ale. Akimun. We're just missing Akimun, which is on the north side of the camp. Where do we need to go? Ah, this ramp over here. Come now, Jajax, girly. Move along. Perfect. Now, where is Akimun? Most likely this big tent around here. Akimun! Oh no! Not in the big tent. Completed. Haradrim Slayer of Central Gondor. Great. And now Akimun is next. Let me grab this really quick. Jajax. Oh, let us complete this half Troll Slayer did too. Half Troll Slayer of Central Gondor, great. So, what do we have here?
This is intolerable.
Whether you believe in my cause or not, I think you have done something heroic here today. I have my vengeance, and you can rest knowing the people of Gondor will not meet with the same brutality that befell my men. More still waits on my mind, my friend, but let this victory be remembered by us both.
Tell me what you need or move along.
Look at this hole, Beriathan. You made a good Corsair, even if you do not think yourself one of us. I suppose your honor might get in the way of me keeping this treasure, but you are a friend of mine, and I shall respect your ways since we fight side by side. I make no promises for the next time, though. All I ask is that you finish this ale with me and you can return the treasure to the people of this land.
I do not ask much of you.
Oh my god, did we got drunk again with you, Jajax? But we're in the middle of fighting. What's the matter with you? There is another matter I have been hesitating to share, Beriathan. Hesitant to share. I believe my brother is here among these men, and be it selfishness or sentiment, I want to help him be free from this man before he meets with some grim fate. We were separated when our fleet split, you see, for he has long been a favorite deckhand of the Scourge. I did not seek to deny him the honor of serving on such a ship, but now I wish him to be as far away from the Scourge and his brothers as he can. Let us search for him and then leave this place. Yeah, well, it seems that thankfully he is not far, Daxamat. Before we talk with him, though, what do we have in here? Half-Troll Slayer of Central Gondor and Haradrim Slayer of Central Gondor. 5 LOTRO points each. And we have a Half-Troll Slayer Advanced and Haradrim Slayer Advanced. Not quite there yet with the Corsairs, though, but looking good. I mean, I'm glad I was able to share a drink with you, Jajax. And I'm more than happy to help you find your brother, but geez. You could have waited a little bit before getting drunk. This doesn't seem to be like the best place to do it. But once again, well, Jajax does like that kind of thing a lot. Oh, Armorer's Lore. This Potion of Focus with a need, and this Yeoman's Lore. No. I think we're gonna go inside an instance with Jajax and Daxamat. And I would like to be on my full senses when we do that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be back with you in just about 2 minutes when I'm ready to continue my adventures through Hatakavir. Jajax, you crazy man. 5 LOTRO points, okay. Okay, we are sober once again, so let us see what this is all about.
What is this world coming to?
Jajax, can it be you? And what are you doing with this man? Have you lost your edge, brother? Jajax and Daxamat laugh and the two men share a brief embrace. Jajax explains your unconventional friendship to Daxamat before asking why he's tending the stables in Hatakavir. As you can see, I am no longer so favored amongst the heirs, but I think the horses have grown to appreciate me. Still, why have you come here?
Stay and hear me out.
I ask again, brother, why have you come here? Jajax explains his desire to help Daxamat escape from the heirs of Castamere before they bring themselves to ruin. You will have little trouble convincing me, Jajax, for I have seen things you would not believe. But it is one thing to wish to help me and another entirely to steal me away under Asgardsor's gaze. These grim clouds hide far worse things, terrible things that weigh heavily on me. Let me tell you my tale, and then we can speak of leaving this place. Ah, session play! What did Daxamat see in Dorin Ernil that troubled him so? I think I have a very good idea of what that is. Ah, I think I know what this is.
Now fearing for the fate of the Corsairs, Daxamat, the brother of Jajax, recalls his dread in Erynos, and observed the meeting of the Scourge and a terrible man.
Yeah, take a look at that. We are back in Barad Rill. See, I told you there was something else that we needed to do in Barad Rill. Not ourselves, but Daxamat instead. In any case, there was something still that we needed to see here in Barad Rill. Here we have a deckhand from the Night Jewel, which you will remember is Balakhôr's ship.
Oh, this is intolerable.
That took you a while. Current's a little rough for you today, Dax? Our siege weapons had toppled the tower and the Scourge sought to admire his handiwork. He's up the top of what's left. You better not make him wait. What did they do exactly to be able to topple a friggin' lighthouse as this one? I do wonder. What did they do? What did the Scourge do? Dax, what took you so long? My fellow deckhands were still picking away at the wreckage when I entered the ruin. I think we crushed everything worthwhile. Not everything, I was able to recover a couple things. You weren't thought enough, and for that I am thankful. Ah, maybe this one has something valuable. I bet this looked great once, wouldn't you say so? I'm certain it did. It's a shame we don't get to see Barad Rill in its former glory. A real shame. Then there he was, looking out onto a door in Erynos with a smile. Balakhôr? Yeah, you see, I told you, I totally told you, I knew it. I knew we were bound to find Balakhôr atop Barad Rill at some point. Balakhôr seems lost in thought as his gaze falls on Don Erynos, but he swiftly notices your presence. Ah, still no armor. You're a bold one, I cannot deny you that. Look upon this land, Daxamat. So much to be claimed and so few to defend it. Indeed, our victory shall be swift. The daughter of Imrahil is wise, but wisdom cannot supplant strength. When we reach Balakhôr, I shall see their fleet burned and their harbor broken. The great wounds dealt to Umbar at the hands of their long-banished hero shall be repaid in full. And then I shall be the master of Gondor. Did you feel that gust? Whence did such a harsh chill arise? Wait, stand back! Well now, to what do I owe such a rarely granted audience? I did not come to feed your arrogance, I come bearing a warning. And what that might be? You seek to deceive, but you cannot, Balakhôr. I sense your fear at my arrival, for our master has grown impatient with you. Your worthless pillaging and displays of force are nothing to him. Sail upon the river and make for the guarded city as you were bid. Do not deny your master, or far more than Umbar will be swept from this world. Balakhôr had little to say for the rest of our journey. And he is very angry, as you can see. totally knew it. I totally knew we would find Balakhôr and a Nazgul atop Barad Rill. It makes sense we didn't do that ourselves. I don't think Beriathan would have been able to survive the Scourge and a Nazgul at the same time. He wouldn't have been able to escape that place alive.
What is this world coming to?
Now, do you understand? That terrible wraith, one of the 9, looked upon Balakhôr as a mere tool. How lowly might the rest of us be in the Master's eye? Balakhôr has his mind set only on Pelargir, and I fear that if we fail to reach the guarded city in time, there will be no place for our people to hide from the Dark Lord's gaze. I see no way off this curse, brother, other than to flee. So let us flee.
Tell me what you need or move along.
I will remain here with my brother, but I trust you and your allies shall soon return. I never thought I would aid a man of Gondor, but for once our aims have aligned. Let us hope this is the last time, eh? Return to their city and tell them of the man who rules Hatakavir. Let them avenge their brother, my friend, for they shall also be saving my people from a terrible fate. Until I see you next, Beriathan. Alright, so we need to talk to Erynos in Ling here. We do need to go back to Ling here. I wasn't expecting that. Well, so soon at least. But yeah, let us go. It's a shame that we have our milestone in Ost Anglebed, but it's not a big deal. So from here we just need to grab Stable Master to Ling here.
Needs your aid.
As dismounting here, Garvir is to... Well, no, Garvir. Oh, Garvir was kicked into the river. No. Garvir, no, Aerthir. And I hope I don't make that same mistake in front of him. I don't want to touch that nerf so soon.
This darkness is a weight on my mind.
You say a Corsair has led you to the whereabouts of the man who killed Garvir? I question your choice of allies, Beriathan, but I will not deny his aid. Let us hear more of this man and ready our weapons. Okay, so as using here,
Darkness is a weight on my mind.
we're about to see the last, the end of the quest line in Lebennin, and it's kind of fitting that we have not witnessed the epilogue yet, because this still deals with what happened last time in Ling here. So yeah, join me next time. We will complete this quest and hopefully all the other repeatables in Lebennin, so that we can unlock all the other epilogues as well before we continue on with the epic. For the time being, this has been all on today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.